We've made it to Kohl's to check out their Halloween merchandise for the season. This isn't my usual Kohl's, which has a massive Halloween display, so I was a little skeptical when I came in that there would be enough to do a full video, but surprisingly there was merchandise throughout the store, and we have a pretty decent length video here to walk through today, starting with this first front display that has these awesome green skeletons. I'm not sure if they glow in the dark. It doesn't say on the tag, but it does say that they are $60 each, which is a little bit pricey. They also have, unfortunately not out on display, but in this box here, a skeleton that has posable arms. It looks like it is 8 feet tall. It has some eyes that are realistic. It speaks some phrases, but $350. But who knows what that price really is, because Kohl's is one of those stores where you need coupons, everything is on sale at different amounts. You have to look at all the signage, so I have no idea what the end price would be. As we walk through, you'll see some of those sale signs throughout. I don't know if everything was on sale. Honestly, I'm not sure that I found anything that I really wanted to buy. A lot of it is this kind of, generic merchandise that I kind of feel like you can find in every other store. We've got some candle holders here with some glitter, and glitter on the outside too. So that's going to be one of those things that you're not going to want to buy unless you like Halloween year round, because you'll always be looking at that glitter on your furniture. Look at these little ceramic ghosts that light up. I mean, honestly, that's the same sort of stuff that we see at the Home Goods and TJ Maxx and whatnot. Although I will say I haven't seen a whole lot of these books on display in the various stores this year. Obviously, they're the fake book boxes. I use those in my decorating all the time. I think they're great for when you have a collection of props, like on a table or something, you need to raise one up. Stick some books under it. It adds to the theming, gives it some dimension and height. Here we've got some hand towels. These are kind of more interesting than the later ones that we're going to see, because they had hand towels in 3 different sections of the store. So I'm not sure if these are big sellers, but they must be, because every store always has so many of them. I used to make hand towel pillows for my living room in the past using hot glue and some polyfill stuffing. That's always was kind of a fun project when I was young, but now I have a closet full of pillows that I don't even put out anymore, because when you look at those hand towels, a lot of them are generic Halloween, and now I tend to decorate more theme specific. So I suppose if I could find a hand towel that had a nice bat theme or vampires, well, no, I couldn't even do that, because I'm doing my vampires in the kitchen this year, always looking for some sort of vampire-esque kitchen decor. Definitely not candle like that pumpkin, because it is a velvet wrapped candle. You know how much I despise the velvet pumpkins and velvet skulls and whatnot. I was actually, though, excited to see this bat themed placemat. That would have been perfect on my counter this year. And I thought about it, but then I looked at the price, and it was $10 for that mat, which to me seems insane. I would have expected it to be $2. I'm sure we could probably find something on Amazon if I really wanted to, but who knows what the price really would have been. Again, it's Kohl's. It's hard to tell. We've got some, I actually like that little mug there with the sort of mummy wrapped cat. That was kind of cute. But look, there's that glass with the skeleton hand holding it. You see that everywhere. So it's all just very generic, but maybe that's what they need in order to, actually get this stuff out the door. I suppose a store like Kohl's isn't going to want to sit on Halloween merchandise forever. Get it in, get it out. Gel clings, again, stuff that you'll see at the dollar store. That probably was licensed theming, though. I will never use gel clings again. They can stain. You've got to be really careful with those. I was a little surprised that they used that song with Sally, because Jack is singing. I don't know if that was a mistake and they had the wrong audio on that or what. We've got a bunch of different candy props here. These Reese's, got to be careful they don't actually have that pumpkin design on it. I think a lot of people make that mistake just once, and then you learn. You get this packaging that always looks like it's going to be a really cool item inside, but it's not. It's more just generic and shaped like a pumpkin without the detail. Very disappointing. Again, light up ghosts. I was considering those for my outside. So, little ghost dog. Why are ghost dogs so popular this year? They're in every store. Was there some sort of convention or something for Halloween props that all the retailers went to? Because they're just everywhere. So the other thing that I am looking for in all of our Halloween shopping here is something to help flesh out my sort of carnival themed living room. I don't know why I decided to do clowns in my living room this year. Just because I did clowns, well, I've only done it once. I did it outside, kind of made sense where it was, but as an inside display, it's a little bit difficult. I don't know how to transform my living room into a carnival, but I am. I'm putting in like a little ticket booth in the doorway. I've got all my animatronic clowns, but I feel like there's not enough to like how do you make a centerpiece for my coffee table? So I feel like, when I did witches last year, it wasn't just witches, it was witches and spiders, because I had a whole storyline going on where there was this witch. You may remember she was that marionette witch, and she had been turned into a marionette, and she's trying to find a spell that'll bring her back to be a human. And in doing so, she has accidentally released all of these spiders from who knows where. But I had spiders coming out the fireplace and all up the wall and basically everywhere. So now I'm trying to figure out, like, what can I do with my clowns that can be like the secondary theme that can help tell a story? And I just haven't quite figured it out yet, because I'm doing ravens in my back stairway. I'll have a video on that soon, but if you've been following me, you know all about that. I'm doing, bats in the kitchen with the vampires. I guess I could do rats. But do rats and clowns go together? I'm not so sure. In my guest bathroom right off the living room, I am doing a Medusa theme. So there's a lot of eyeball and snake decor. I guess I could have that sort of flowing into the living room and have eyeballs. Because if you remember from my display, look at this guy. That was kind of weird. He kind of reminded me of Art the Clown, but as a pillowed version of a ghost. Anyway, when I did my clowns outside, I had those sort of popcorn buckets filled with eyeballs. And eyeballs and Medusa kind of go together, so I could put the snakes around in the living room as well. Snakes and clowns, I don't know what kind of story would really tie them together, how that might fit with Medusa. If you've got any suggestions, I am all ears, let me know. All right, we've got some floor mats here, Snoopy, and I think we're going to have some Disney and whatnot here. Everything's very fall right now. It says hello fall. But I think we will see some Halloween versions here in just a moment. First, though, another little bag. This one says Boo, looks like candy corn, and a Wicked pillow. Not really Halloween, but it kind of is, right? She's a witch. I love these little storybooks. Anytime I see a kid's book about Halloween, I have to look at it. And honestly, sometimes they have really good artwork that I will buy the book for and just basically cut out the page that's like full page of, whatever illustration or whatnot that it is, and frame it and put it on my wall. In fact, here in my filming room, if you look closely, I think I did a video on it too, on the wall to the left as you're looking at me sitting at my table is a set of 6 images that are basically cut out of a children's book with just, images of little costumed characters. Like there's a skeleton and a witch and a mummy, and then there's some haunted houses and a jack-o'-lantern. I just love the artwork. I think illustrators don't get enough credit. It's not high-class art, right? But they are usually really fascinating. And then, I do that a lot. In fact, when I did my Sleepy Hollow theme, I found a book that told, the tale of the Headless Horseman. It was a children's book, but it had so many great illustrations. Again, cut it out, frame it, put it on the wall. Frames are not expensive. You can get them at the dollar store for $1 each. Oftentimes, too, I'll make my own just using like wood door frame molding or other types of decorative molding. Oh, look, here are some more hand towels. In fact, the video that was supposed to go up today, I had a little problem with. I was trying to print out some images to put in my homemade frames, my door frames turned frames for my back stairwell, and I just ran out of ink. So I wasn't able to put that one up today, that video, which is what I wanted to show you, so I could finally get my house decorating in progress. But I ended up actually using ChatGPT to create some Halloween imagery as well. I just told it exactly what I wanted. I wanted some ravens on a skull in a Gothic setting. It gave me a series of 4. I needed 4 for my stairway. And I didn't love what it was. I thought it was a little bit dark, so you can easily tweak it too. And then I told it, make the ravens more distinct and make the background lighter. So it gave me another option. And then I didn't like it still, so I said, make each background completely different. And it did. And finally I got what I liked. So I just took those images, threw it on some in Word, and sent it over to FedEx office, and they're printing it out today. And as soon as this video is uploaded, I'm going to go get those so I can finish filming this video and decorating, and I'll show you that as soon as it's done. I'm really excited. But anyway, whole point being, if you're looking for some cheap and easy artwork, try ChatGPT. Because sometimes, I used to just go online and print things, and then I've been chastised by some viewers being like, you should be paying for that artwork. Which honestly, I probably should, but I'm cheap. So it's for my Halloween display. It's not for anything commercial. I guess these videos are kind of commercial, but that's beside the point. So anyway, you can easily print stuff offline, but you can use ChatGPT and AI now to easily make your own and not have to worry about any of that. In fact, I've got to come up with some imagery for my art TVs this year. Every year, of course, I put different themes on them to go with whatever display is. And I found some really cool ones online, but you can buy them on Etsy for a couple bucks. I think though, I'm going to try ChatGPT and get exactly what I want, and it's free. So I'm excited about that. Actually though, now that I'm thinking about it, in my back stairway where I'm doing my Raven theme, I bought, basically it's a door cover. And I do that every year. In fact, if you watched my video last year with the stairway, I had the picture of that ghost bride, or I think it was a bride, descending down the stairs. So beautiful, loved it. I'm just using the same frame. I bought a new door cover. It's a raven on a pumpkin that I'm going to put there, because I just keep swapping out the artwork inside of these frames that I own. It just makes decorating easy. And then I looked real closely at it, and it has some wording at the bottom that was clearly AI generated. It meant to say something like Happy Halloween, but it was kind of gibberish that looked like Happy Halloween. It just wasn't the real letters. So AI is taking over the world. Let me know what your experiences are. Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you're interested in joining my Fright Club, check out a link to my Patreon page in the description below. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I can't wait to share more of my decorating with you, my Halloween DIYs, product reviews, and of course these store walkthroughs. We've got plenty more store walkthroughs to go through before Halloween, but it's getting closer. Till next time, take care everyone, and happy haunting.